What if I told you that right now your life is standing at the threshold of a great turning point? That the days you thought were nothing but darkness, the pains that once knocked you down, are not the end at all. They are the drum beats announcing a new chapter. A chapter of openness, of freedom of light, clearer than you have ever seen before. Most people quit just before the dawn breaks. They assume the night will last forever, so they stop walking. But the Stoics know in the darkest place the seed of strength begins to sprout. Every crack within you, every fall you've suffered, is the opening through which the light enters. You are not merely surviving. You are being prepared to step into another dimension of life, where you no longer tremble before change, but walk calmly as one who has endured and understood. In this video, I will show you 8 subtle but undeniable signs that your life is about to shift phases. If you can recognize them and respond in the Stoic spirit, you'll see everything you've endured was not meaningless. It was the foundation for the transformation now approaching. Before we begin, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss content that helps you stand firm and live deeper each day. And most importantly, stay until the end. Because the final sign is the key, the one most people overlook, yet it is the hinge that turns everything. Miss it, and you miss the very door life has already opened for you. Let's begin. 1. Restlessness without cause. There are days when you sit still, yet your heart beats faster. Nothing around you has changed, but inside everything has. Like a lion pacing its cage, you feel your current rhythm suddenly too small. No specific reason yet, body and mind, both thrum the old frame no longer contains you. The Stoics called this prolepsias, those preconceptions we sense before reason can name them. It isn't superstition. It is nature's way of alerting us to a shift. Restlessness is not disorder. It is a signal you've outgrown your environment. The problem is that most people mistake this. They treat restlessness as sickness, trying to cover it with consumption entertainment or hurried relationships. The more they suppress, the more drained they become. But if you are clear, you will realize life is signaling it's time to turn a new page. Restlessness is not an enemy. It is the drum in your chest announcing readiness. If you listen instead of silencing it, you will know you are not unstable. You are standing right at the edge of change. 2. People quietly leave. Sometimes you do nothing wrong. No fights, no harsh words. And yet a few people quietly step out of your life. At first, it feels like loss. But in truth, it is transition. When your frequency shifts, your orbit changes. Those aligned will remain. Those misaligned will fall away. This isn't punishment. It is silent law. Like seasons changing, some flowers bloom, others wither. No one is wrong. The season simply turned. The Stoic meets this with calm eyes. Epictetus said, "Do not cling to what is beyond your control. When it leaves, let it go." The same is true of people. If you cling, you burden yourself. If you release, you see the space was never emptiness. It was preparation for the new, for relationships resonant with your next stage. And here is the mystery. When you stop clutching what has run its course, life brings new connections, lighter, deeper, fewer, but real. You realize losing people is not losing. It is filtering. The universe aligning your path. 3. Old passions reawaken. Suddenly you remember something that once made you come alive, a dusty guitar, a sketchbook, a hobby long buried. You didn't search for it. It found you. Like an ember hidden deep, now glowing again. The Stoics don't call this a whisper of the soul, but a return to physis, your natural order. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Return to yourself." Within is a wellspring that never runs dry. The passions that once made time vanish are traces of that order. And here is the secret: old passions don't return to entertain you. They return to remind you this is your true axis. When you draw, strum, write, or play again, you don't feel young because of the hobby. You feel young because you reconnect with the uncorrupted core of yourself, the part buried by work pressure calculation. Do not ignore this sign. When an old love knocks open the door, it isn't nostalgia, it is compass. Returning to it doesn't reject the present. It restores the fuel that once set you aflame. And when that fire rekindles, you'll find yourself lighter, brighter, more alive than ever. 4. Falsehood grows unbearable. Once you could smile politely at boasting, shrug at small lies, tell yourself everyone does it. But then something shifts. The false no longer slides off. You feel it pierce your eyes, your ears, your chest. You sit through a conversation of polished words and leave exhausted, not enriched. You walk out of a party of laughter, but feel only emptiness. The Stoics explain the false is never durable. It's like a glossy coat over rotten wood. The longer it stands, the more it shows. And when you begin living awake, you can't stomach the stench. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Love the truth, however small. Despise the false, however harmless it seems." The further you walk in maturity, the more falsehood grates, not from cynicism, but from belonging more to the realm of truth. This discomfort is not a curse. It is proof you've changed. You no longer live for praise, no longer need shells to prove worth. And so you can't endure others who still do. It may cost you old friends, old habits, old circles. But those are not losses. They are purifications. You are leaving the smoky room to breathe clean air. Stoicism doesn't tell you to judge. It tells you to choose. Choose truth over false, simplicity over show, the enduring over the flashy. And when you feel irritated by pretense, take it as a sign you've grown more faithful to nature, and nature never deceives. 5. Craving for new environments. In the familiar room, you look around and everything feels small. The streets you've walked daily bring no thrill. The faces, the stories, the cafes all repeat, all taste bland. Nothing wrong with the place. Only you've grown beyond the mold it once fit. Heraclitus said, "You cannot step into the same river twice." The same is true of your surroundings. As you change, you need new currents. Environment mirrors your energy and growth. In some measure, it decides how far you can rise. This is why some feel a sudden urge to move to another city, another community. It's not always escape, it's resonance. To seek the sound that matches your next stride. Stay too long in a place that no longer feeds you, and staleness erodes your spirit. Step out and new forces rush in, new people, new opportunities, new challenges. Craving a new environment is not betrayal. It is signal. Just as a tree sometimes needs new soil to root deeper, you need new space to grow stronger. And when you heed that call, you'll see the new environment is the launch pad for your next greater self. 6. Obstacles piling up. There is a law few notice. The closer you are to a breakthrough, the heavier the trials become. It's like running near the finish line. Suddenly the wind blows harder, the ground roughens, and every muscle begs to quit. People call it bad luck, misfortune. But through the Stoic lens, it is not punishment. It is the final test. Remember, every leap requires a filter. If you want a higher place, you must prove you deserve it. If you want a new chapter, the old one must squeeze out every last trace of weakness from you. Life does not reward those who have not endured fire. Life rewards those who stand unshaken in the final flames. A friend of mine, Andrew, ran a small business. Just as things began to rise, wave after wave of crisis hit a trusted employee. Quit a major contract was canceled. Even family troubles erupted. He told me I thought the universe was against me. But precisely when he clenched his teeth and refused to betray his principles, the biggest opportunity arrived: a partner who trusted the way he handled crisis, opening an entirely new era. The Stoic sees trial with cold clarity. Nothing great is achieved easily. The nearer the peak, the stronger the winds. The closer the gate, the louder the guard dogs bark. Obstacles are not enemies. They are filters. They weed out the impatient, the fragile, those who want rewards without struggle. And they keep the ones willing to endure, to stand tall, to prove I am worthy to advance. Pressure does not break you. Pressure shapes you. Steel must pass through fire to become a sword. You must pass through storm to become a man. So when setbacks pile up, don't rush to conclude life is unfair. See it as the final exam. The price you pay today is your ticket to tomorrow's chapter. Maybe you're on that very stretch now. Everything crashes at once. Your body aches. Your mind whispers quit. But if you last one more day, one more week, the clouds break. And then you understand. Life was never against you. Life was carving you. So when the reward arrives, you can hold it. When obstacles pile up, remember you are closer to the finish line than ever. Don't drop. Because if you collapse at the gate, all your pain turns meaningless. But if you push through, every scar becomes a medal. And you will stand there in the light of a new chapter, knowing you have been forged worthy. 7. Strange coincidences multiplying. Life sometimes acts like a mischievous playwright. You think of an old friend, and 2 minutes later they text you, "Hey, how are you?" You glance at your phone and the digits line up 1111. You turn on the radio and it plays the exact song you were humming in your head. At first glance, it's just chance. But when such coincidences repeat until you feel like someone is flashing a laser pointer from above, you shiver. Is the universe sending me a signal? Epictetus advised, when something happens, always look to see what it teaches you. Synchronicity. Those uncanny alignments are a kind of teaching. The question is, do you learn or do you just watch? Most only watch. They gasp, "Wow, what a coincidence," then dive back into scrolling TikTok for 3 hours. The green light blinked right before them, but they never stepped. Like the universe sent an Uber to the door and they stood there whining. "Where's my ride?" You are different. You know, signals are not for collection, but for action. Run into someone just when you're thinking of a project that might be a nudge. Send the message. Set the meeting. See what opens. Notice the same number, the same symbol repeating. Don't just post a story, right? What was I thinking about choosing in this moment? Often the answer hides in your own words. Stoicism insists signals don't change your life. The decisions you make upon seeing them do. Synchronicity is the knock at the door. But if you don't open it, goes next door. Think about it. The real drama isn't in spotting 1111. The drama is realizing you're at a crossroads. And that number is just the tap that makes you pause and decide. And here's the irony. Life may flash the light 10 times, but if you keep covering your eyes, it stops. So next time the universe signals, don't just screenshot for friends. Step. Because maybe those coincidences aren't jokes. They're invitations. And invitations ignored too long disappear. 8. The fog lifts. There are moments when you feel like someone waking from a long daze. Before everything was hazy, blurred, indistinct. You weren't sure who truly stood by you and who only posed as a friend to use you. You couldn't tell real opportunities from gilded traps. But suddenly, like a hand pulling away a thick curtain, you see. Clear, bare, without explanation. Clarity is a rare gift. Life grants only when you are about to cross phases. It does not come randomly. It comes after you've been broken a few times, disillusioned a few times, after you've learned not everything that glitters is gold. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If something seems doubtful, look straight at its naked nature." And when the fog lifts, the naked nature stands exposed. It is a dangerous yet powerful stage. Dangerous because truth revealed can cut. That friend you thought was lifelong turns out to have stayed for gain. That job you thought was your career reveals itself as a cage designed to keep you looping. But powerful, because from now on, you waste no time on illusions. Do not fear when truth appears. Stoicism teaches we suffer not from things, but from our judgment of them. Clarity does not kill you. It saves you. It strips away the blur so you can see the road. When the fog lifts, be grateful, even if what you see tightens your chest. For from that point, every step you take is real. And only the real is a foundation strong enough for the next chapter. 9. Mini checklist for momentum, keeping the phase shift alive. One thing most miss: opportunities don't wait. They appear, knock, and vanish. You might feel a sign, restlessness, someone leaving, a coincidence repeating. But if you just sit there, it becomes a memory, not a leap. The Stoics remind, it is not what happens, but how we respond that matters. So how do you turn a signal into a true step forward? Here is your checklist. Simple but strong enough to keep you steady while life accelerates. Step 1. Write down what's calling you. One sentence. Short. Present tense. No circling, no vagueness. I want to leave this city. I need to start writing. I must focus on my health. Written down, it shifts from a feeling to a direction. That paper becomes your compass when the ground shakes. Step 2. The 48-hour rule. When you see a sign, when opportunity flickers, take one action within 48 hours. Send the email. Make the call. Sign up for the class. Buy the book. Anything so long as you move. Ignore it and the signal cools. Acting fast is how you signal back to life. I am ready. Step 3. Make space. Each day, remove one thing that no longer fits the person you are becoming: an item, a habit, a relationship. Life cannot pour into a cup already full. You must create emptiness so new energy, new people, new opportunities can flow in. Step 4. Synchrony journal. When a coincidence happens, repeating numbers, an unexpected meeting, a chain of events, write down, what was I thinking? What decision was I about to make? By recording it, you begin to see a hidden map slowly emerge. Synchronicity stops being a flashy trick and becomes a practical guide. Step 5. Discipline through the storm. Keep at least 2 to 3 core habits. Sleep enough. Eat clean, train daily, read consistently. You may lose many things while shifting phases, but do not lose discipline. Discipline is the steering wheel that keeps you straight in the storm. Those who drop it spiral into chaos. Those who hold it exit the storm with their stance intact. Step 6. Stoic principle. Control and acceptance. Remind yourself each day, effort and choice belong to me. Outcomes belong to life. Don't waste your energy on what is beyond your reach. When you focus only on what you control, you'll find yourself stronger, lighter, moving faster. Transition isn't magic. It's the accumulation of small choices repeated daily. You don't need to do everything at once, but you must do something right now. Write it down. Act within 48 hours. Remove one old thing. And above all, keep discipline as the hands that hold the wheel. If you remain steady, life will see you are ready. And when you are ready, the new chapter is no longer a vague future. It becomes reality day by day, step by step, breath by breath. Conclusion. Everything I've just shared with you is not entertainment. These are real signal signs that your life is on the verge of a shift. If you are seeing them, it means you are not standing still. You are approaching a turning point most people never recognize until it's too late. Most will ignore them. They'll call it coincidence, fleeting emotion, and keep sleeping inside the same old loop. But you are different. You've seen. And once you've seen, you cannot pretend to be blind. This This is the core of Stoicism. Signs don't save you. Your response saves you. You can smother the call, or you can listen and step through. The Stoic doesn't chase every impulse. He stands firm, keeps discipline, and acts only within what he controls. Do that, and life doesn't just change around you. It changes through you. Picture this: you stand before a massive door, behind it, a new life. The signs you've noticed are the key already falling into your hand. If you turn it, the door opens. If you drop it, you remain forever in the old room. And here lies the condition and the reward. If you are clear-eyed and brave enough to face it and act, your life will shift. It will turn toward what is real, deep, and true. If not, you return to the rut, and this chance will close. Comment below, shift to claim you belong on this path, and don't keep it for yourself. Share this video with someone who needs to see the signs, because sometimes one reminder is enough to turn an entire life. This is Victory Stoic. Stand firm, live deep, and I'll see you in the next chapter.